Disclaimer: the following narrative is based on open source reports and public claims.
The situation in Latin America is changing faster than Washington expected. The relationship between the United States and Venezuela has entered a new tense phase, but this time, there's a different element grabbing the world's attention. Russia is no longer just a diplomatic partner to Venezuela. Moscow has begun supplying far more advanced and offensive weapon systems. Among the most discussed by U.S. analysts is the Iskander ballistic missile system, a weapon known for its precision, destructive capability, and ability to bypass modern missile defenses. To understand how serious this shift may be, we need to look at what makes the Iskander so different from other missiles. The Iskander isn't just another tactical weapon. It was designed to strike high-value targets hundreds of kilometers away with extreme accuracy, while carrying multiple types of warheads depending on mission requirements. In many global defense studies, the Iskander is considered a game changer, especially against adversaries relying on layered missile defense systems. If Venezuela truly has access to this system, or is in the process of integrating it with Russian assistance, then the strategic balance of power in the Western Hemisphere is shifting dramatically. The United States has never viewed the Caribbean as a neutral region. For Washington, it has always been a geopolitical security belt. Since the era of the Monroe Doctrine for decades, the U.S. ensured that no major foreign power could establish a serious military presence there. But with Russia supplying advanced weapon systems like the Iskander, that long-standing dominance is suddenly under pressure. Now every American warship moving near Venezuelan waters must consider a new threat. A precise, fast, hardly interceptable ballistic strike capability that didn't exist there before. Signs of escalation are increasingly visible. U.S. surveillance flights and naval patrols in the Caribbean have intensified. Meanwhile, satellite imagery and regional reports suggest the presence of Russian technical teams in Venezuela, possibly assisting with missile preparation, deployment infrastructure, and system integration. This reaction reveals an important truth. Washington knows the situation has changed, and Venezuela can no longer be treated as a weak or easily pressured target. While many observers interpret this shift as provocation, Venezuela presents a different narrative. Caracas insists the deployment of weapons like the Iskander is purely defensive. For Venezuelan leadership, this isn't aggression. It's sovereignty protection against external threats. But from the American perspective, the introduction of a highly accurate ballistic missile system in their strategic backyard is not defensive. It is a direct challenge to U.S. power projection influence and operational freedom in the region. All of this leads to one question the world is now asking. Is this simply a military equipment transfer, or the early stage of a permanent Russian military presence in the Caribbean? If it's the latter, the region could soon become one of the world's most tense geopolitical hotspots, on the same level as Eastern Europe or the South China Sea. One thing is now certain. With the arrival of the Iskander system, the United States can no longer assume automatic dominance in the Caribbean. Venezuela now has the capability to send one clear message: threaten us, and there will be consequences. And this is only the beginning. If you want to stay updated on how this situation unfolds, how Washington responds, and whether this could escalate into a major geopolitical clash, make sure you don't go anywhere. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest updates on the growing global tension. Because this story is far from over.